Greetings from Las Vegas. We're going to do a little bit of an unusual one today. I had some recent videos about how hot is too hot, and in some of the comments on those I talked about maybe being able to put up some shade at work, and we were actually able to do that this week, and somebody said, hey, that would probably make for an interesting video. So let's go check it out. I'm going to ride part of the way I normally take to work, and we can check out what the new shade location looks like. And I recorded the whole thing on my Insta360 so we can actually see what that process looked like. Kind of fun. And let's check it out. So heading out to the little area we have designated for motorcycle parking previously, but there's no shade. The porta potty's here because they're redoing the roof right now, so the roofers will leave that here until that project is done. So we have, this used to be where the dumpsters were in this little area here. We enclosed it a long time ago with this and made a little makeshift gate. And there we go. Push this aside. A little bit of overflow storage in here. So tomorrow we're finally going to mount some shade in here. So it's kind of a little before and after. Here's what it is, what we're dealing with now. And we'll see what it looks like tomorrow after we get our covering mounted here and see what the bike feels like. And it's 103. I was a little off earlier. 103 degrees right now, so it is in the shade at this time. I've been watching it. Just the tail section here is still catching a little bit of sun, but at about 6 p.m. and it's been in direct sunlight most of the day though, so we will see how things go after we finish our little project tomorrow. Well, it's go time. We're gonna get this stuff mounted now. Get some shade. Our weird little project to add shade for our motorcycle parking area. And here's our spot. We have shade in the morning, which is pretty nice, but now we're gonna have it all day long. Hopefully this won't be too complicated to get this stuff mounted and just in time for a couple of rains. Oh boy, rare rainstorms to hit the Vegas area. So let's get at it.
Scorching asphalt, it doesn't care. Tires melt, chrome turns to pain. We need shelter, we need the rain. Steel beams rise, shadows fall. A fortress for bikes, we heed the call. Ride the shade, feel the power. No more sweat in the burning hour. Radical steel, casting cool pride. Motorcycle safe.
in it so we can actually see what it looks like from the approach. That's gonna work.
Looks pretty good.
Just need to, like you said, just put a little 2x18 strip across the back to cover this weird little stripe. We're good. All right. So a little backstory on this. I've been at the same company for over 20 years now, and about 15 years ago or so, I don't remember exactly when, a few of us who were riding to work thought it would be nice to have a sort of a dedicated area for motorcycle parking in the parking lot. And there was a area that used to be dedicated to a couple of small dumpsters that wasn't in use anymore. We'd switched from these little ones to these large dumpsters that they come and pick up on demand now, and this area was just wasted. So we took, it was a concrete, sort of a half a square. It's like you take a square and chop it in half, and you're left with this concrete wall, almost like a U shape. And we decided to complete the square with a wood fence and a rolling gate, so the bikes would not only be in a little dedicated area, but they'd also be obscured from view, so you couldn't see them from the street. So less concern about theft and things like that. So I don't know why we didn't think of it at the time, but hey, how about put some shade over the top of that thing also, so when your bike is sitting, it's 95 right now, mid-July in Vegas. How about put some shade up there to protect the bikes from, UV damage during the day as well. So we finally did that yesterday. I was able to, we're sharing this space a little bit with the warehouse for some overflow pallet storage, but really, dude, what the God. Okay, might have to bleep that part out, I don't know. Anyway, we're sharing it with a little bit of overflow pallet storage, and was able to get an inexpensive covering. It's basically the type of covering that you'd put over a patio or something like that. It's has grommets every 2 feet, so you can attach it, and some steel channels to support it, and went pretty well. I mean, it's a concrete wall, so we were able to mount it directly to the concrete. It's pretty rigid, and let's check it out. Alright, here we are in the back of the building. There's our security guard, Shane. And this is our little motorcycle corral here. Look at that, 24 hours and it's still there. How do you like that? Pretty nice. So I am going to kill this thing and roll it on in. Oh, I should have cleaned this thing off before doing this. This bike is so dusty. Whew. It slides nice and easy now without all the damn, without all the rocks and stuff. And hey, look at that. What do you call that, kids? Oh, it's shade. I love it. All right, here we are with the bike inside its little shade area. We're going to try and add a couple of side panels here to deal with the sun coming in the back and the side here. But overall, I think we can easily get at least 3 bikes in here, and you don't have to fry your butt every time you're heading home at the end of the day and worry about all of your UV damage to your seat and plastics and stuff like that. And this is going to work out pretty well, and eventually this stuff will probably get used and find a home, so we'll have reclaimed some more of this space in here. But for now, it's really only, I think, 3 bikes that are primarily in need of this, and this will do the job perfectly for that. So, hey, call this a pretty successful project. So, as usual, if this is interesting, entertaining for you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, drive carefully and come back soon.